Hey everybody, hello, back with another collective live. So, welcome to my channel. If you're returning, thank you so much for being here, everybody. So, if you're new here, I don't do the typical all signs. I'm either doing all elements or I'm doing all relationship types, meaning no contact, single, committed, LGBTQIA. Okay, so today is the first, well, it is the eclipse, the solar eclipse in Aquarius, and also the first day that we're finally entering into the fire horse. It's the Chinese New Year, and basically it's the first day of 2026. And according to the Chinese zodiac, it's the year of the fire horse. So if you're new here, you know I've been talking about it all year. We're finally done with the snake energy. We're finally having a little bit of momentum. And the thing about it is that once the fire horse giddy up, there's really no stopping the fire horse once things are set in motion. So I don't know what you guys are up to in your lives, if you have anything new going on, or if it's just a new mindset, or maybe there's nothing happening for you. Maybe it's all the same. But on a collective scale, there is definitely some new information being brought to life. Collective has an overall paradigm shift. So let's get into it. Let's see what's going on for y'all out there in love, or just life, right? We're gonna see. I'm gonna do a vibe check, and we'll see who surrounds you. For those who are not talking to someone that they're interested in, those who are single, not interested, focusing totally on you, those who are committed, and then LGBTQIA. Will not forget about you. Also, I do have my email back up, you guys, because people have been asking me, how can I buy a reading? Well, I have an email. You can email me. I prefer to do video conferencing when it comes to doing personal private readings. I don't like doing pre-recorded because I like to read energy of the person, because every single card can be interpreted in a lot of different ways. So if you want a private reading, just know I'm not offering pre-recorded. That's not something I like to do. But you can email me, and we can schedule a time. I'm only accepting PayPal and Venmo. If not, don't worry about it. Let's do the vibe check. All right. So, like I said before, I don't do the all signs because honestly, we all have all 12 signs in our chart. All signs, I feel like honestly, just do a collective reading because most people are going through the same thing. So that's why I kind of divide it a little differently. I'm doing all relationship types. Okay. And the way that this works, you guys, you should know by now, it's going to pull the current or the past person anyway. All right. I mean, yes, I could do a future spread for you, but the past will probably show up. And don't get mad about it. That's the way tarot is. You probably already know what's going on, and tarot will reflect that. It might pull your energy, it might pull the other person's, or it's just a vibe, collective vibe based on the astrology, because the astrology actually shows up more in these readings than you guys do because it's a collective reading. Okay, so without further ado, and I will have timestamps up later. Also, if you want to donate, I have my Venmo and my PayPal. There is a code. It's not clickable, but there's a code that will take you straight. You can pay it with a credit card if you want to donate. I'll probably put a Linktree clickable code up later, but for now, that's all we got working. Okay, so those in no contact. Basically, what I'm focusing on is your energy, and I'll pull a few cards of the other person. But honestly, I really don't like focusing on a past person. If you're not talking to them, really, maybe it's the divine intervention that you need, right? And also, if you've never been here before, I don't believe in twin flames. I don't focus on magical woo-woo thinking because it's very damaging. I am a straight shooter, and I can be a little harsh at times. So if I'm not your vibe, that's okay. All right, those in no contact. We already have one card coming out, the Six of Pentacles. All right, so let's see here. For the collective's feelings who have no contact with someone, or remember, when I'm saying no contact, it doesn't always have to be a romantic person. It could be a friend, family member, It could be a lover. It could be that you want no contact with yourself. Okay. So some of you guys are feeling the hurt, the Emperor. Okay. So, how are you feeling right now? Six of Pentacles and the Emperor. I feel like those of you who are in no contact with whomever, are trying to regain control, potentially of your money. Okay, so what's the blockage here for those? I'll see who's surrounding you or in no contact with someone. Some of you guys, I see the Six of Pentacles is balancing, but I sometimes see that as breadcrumbing. It's like you are asking for charity. Some of you guys are really maybe just focusing on trying to make more money. And the Emperor here trying to maintain some level of control or authority in regards to your money, your finances, or your real world, what you have going on in your real world. And maybe not giving something attention because it could have, maybe somebody breadcrumbed you, something like that. Okay. So for those who are in no contact with someone, what is the blockage? Ooh, Three of Wands. Okay. So Three of Wands in the blockage. Planning, short-term planning, potentially waiting to hear from someone, right? So I see this as Three of Wands in the blockage. It's in reverse. So Three of Wands in reverse is short-term planning. It could also be potentially something to do with waiting or not waiting around. Like, do you really want to wait around for someone who didn't make plans with you? Potentially also in regards to whatever you're trying to build or do here, you're maybe not thinking far enough into the future, right? With the Three of Wands in reverse. Okay. There's another card on that. We have the Four of Cups. Okay, a lot of you guys are feeling very unfulfilled right now. Some of you guys, this is Eeyore vibes. The Four of Cups is the Buddha sitting under the tree asking, is that all there is? So some of you are not happy with opportunities that are being offered to you right now. You could even be denying invitations. Some of you, this is an ignoring energy. So I'm picking up on, since this is no contact that we're starting with, someone breadcrumbing you and then ignoring you, or you ignoring it, or you just really not feeling it right now. This is not it. I am really not feeling it. There's got to be something more. Okay. Hello. There's got to be something more going on in my life. So who is surrounding those in no contact? So some of you guys, I feel like really there is a heavy focus on what you need to do. Some of you just feel, I'm not going to lie, I don't like the Six of Pentacles for you, because the Six of Pentacles is an energy of I need help, I need resources. It's this energy of, I don't know how to say this without being offensive, but this is the energy of somebody who is not necessarily in a position of power. They're in a position of needing help. Okay, so you might not be feeling in your power right now, which is why the Emperor is showing up, because some of you guys are needing to boss up, are needing to level up, are needing to be in a position of power. Also, there's some kind of transit in Aries right now. I think it's Neptune and Saturn are both in Aries. So if you have any, I don't know what, this isn't in all signs reading. It doesn't matter about the signs. You have all signs in your chart. So there's a level up energy going on for you. Like, I don't want to feel like a beggar in my life, in my relationships. I don't want to feel like I'm begging for something. I don't want to feel like I'm desperate. I am not desperate. I am not clingy. I'm standing in my power. I'm not waiting around anymore for someone who didn't plan a life with me. Okay. And Four of Cups, I'm not happy with the circumstances and I need to do something to change it. And now we have the Magician. Okay. So whoever is surrounding you, there could be an Aries, there could be a Taurus, Virgo. Hey guys. Hello. I don't know. I have no idea what you're saying. Okay, so let's see. The person who surrounds y'all in no contact. Okay, we're going no contact, single, committed, LGBTQIA. Okay, that's what we're doing today. Person who is surrounding you. I feel like somebody here, I'm not going to lie to you guys, okay? The Ace of Cups. Whoever is surrounding you is focused on new. They could just be focusing on themselves. Now that we are officially in the year of the fire horse, it is year number 2026, okay? Numerologically, it's 10, but that breaks down to a 1. Okay, if you understand numerology, we're breaking things down to a 1. So Ace of Cups really does represent 2026 because it is about filling your own cup. So whoever is surrounding you is trying to manifest self-fulfillment, or this is you. Okay, remember, we can pull someone else's energy all day, but it's more than likely probably going to be you. I feel like a lot of you guys are trying to put yourself first. Be damned about the person you're not talking to. Okay, maybe you're both in this energy. I want something that makes me feel good. I want to fulfill myself. I want to fulfill my emotions. I want to fulfill myself in love, or whatever you're doing, because the Ace of Cups isn't always about love. It's about emotions. It's about fulfillment, because you have the Four of Cups here, and I feel like this is that energy of rejecting offer opportunities because you didn't get the one that you want, ignoring certain things, but also feel like you're not fulfilled. So this to me is you trying to get fulfilled. So potentially you're both mirroring each other, but we also have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, that to me is a delay in an opportunity. For some of you, payday isn't happening for another week or two, because that can literally be talking about work opportunities or money opportunities. And there's some kind of delay here, because it's still a great energy. Ace of Pentacles in reverse still means you're getting that opportunity. You're going to build. It's just divine timing. Whatever it is you're trying to manifest here, divine timing. Now, remember, even though you're trying to control things here, we have to release some control to the divine. We don't have control over other people and how they feel about us and if they reach out to us. We don't have control over whether or not someone loves us. We do have control, however, about if we love ourselves. And that's what this year is about. That's what this year is about. So I honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. Since I'm pulling for the other person's energy, I do feel like they're potentially focusing on something new. Okay, they're trying to potentially new love or new job opportunity. All right, let me get. But this could also be you. Remember, roles can be reversed in these general readings. Let's see for this person. How are they feeling about my collective right now? 8 of Cups. I told you, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not good at that. Okay, so 8 of Cups. This person is ignoring issues. They could have ignored you. Okay, they could have left you on red, because when I see the 6 of Pentacles in my readings, I think of it as breadcrumbing. So I feel like this person just kind of gave you less and less until they eventually just stopped potentially. And I do feel like they're not investing in it. 8 of Cups is someone who has emotionally withdrawn their energy. They could be in the same room as you, not giving you attention, doom scrolling, really not in it. Okay. I don't feel like this person is investing in this. I feel like they're trying to manifest something new. You could both be in this energy. Okay. Now you see how there's a house there. I don't know if some of you guys live together, if you actually do, or if you did, but there's this energy of moving out, moving on, right? Now, remember, we were just in the year of the snake. That was the number 9. It's about releasing karmic contracts. Now, because we're in the year number 10, that is officially wrapping that up and starting the new. Okay, so I feel like they're emotionally checked out. All right, let's see if they'll take any actions, those in no contact. Ace of Wands, I'm telling you, okay, we got a lot of aces here. I think this person wants something new. Yeah, I feel like they feel like it's over, okay? They could feel hurt. Now, roles can be reversed here. Whenever I see the 10 of Swords, that's an end of a way of thinking about something, but it's also the new. And on the other side is that Ace of Wands. So I'm not going to lie. I think that they could even be investing in someone new already. For some of you, it could be work. I do feel like this person does feel rejected. They do feel hurt, but I don't really see them investing in this. I see them pursuing something new. And I think you guys are probably on the same page. Let's see why this 10 of Pentacles or this 10 of Swords is here. Now, I'm not going to lie. I feel like some of you guys probably cried over this. I'm sending you a big hug. Now, the 3 of Swords gets a bad rap because it's seen as rejection. It's seen as heavy emotions and heartbreak. But it's a 3, which is about community, and it's Swords, which is about communication and thoughts. This is an expansion of mind. This is transmuting the pain into your personal power. I always say that with this, because if something really like dragged you through the mud, stabbed you in the back, ended, leaving you feeling some kind of way, you don't want to repeat that. The divine had to step in. The divine had to make it hurt so much so that you could learn to release it, let go and let God. If we don't let go and let God, things tend to get worse. They tend to have a tower moment where you have no control now. So, yes, I do feel like the person who's around you is focusing on you. 100%. We pulled three aces. Okay, so what went down between the two of you? Ten of Swords. The Tower. See, I was just saying the Tower, and there it is. This is divine intervention. This person was not meant to be in your life. Okay? I don't know. I mean, at least not right now, they aren't. Okay? I never want to tell someone to wait. And especially we have the Three of Wands in reverse. That's why I'm not going to wait around anymore because I have a life to live. I'm not going to sit here and pine over someone who is emotionally not investing in me because we had a tower moment. Some of you, if you were living together, this is moving out vibes, moving out, moving on. The tower is divine intervention here. The tower is the Tower of Babel. You can look up the Tower of Babel. Tower of Babel. It was a tower that was elected for I forget the exact story, but it was a tower that was elected for worship. But now, I'm not a religious person. I don't necessarily believe in the God. You can believe in what you want, but I'm just telling you this story. God didn't want that tower there. God destroyed the tower. The lightning struck the tower. It's gone. Every time you tried to build that tower, it falls because it's not meant to be there. This was a karmic contract, okay? And if this was a friend, they could just be focusing on what they need to do for themselves right now. Six of Wands. I do feel like a lot of you guys are going to have a glow up if you process this, because the Six of Wands is, I mean, I think some of you guys, this could have just stroked their ego. And as far as attention, like it was a stroking of their ego, because I really don't like that. But if this is about you, you're going to have a victory now that once you clear this all away. Let's get some advice. Because sometimes when we hold on to relationships, people, places, and things that aren't meant to be there, it really ruins our opportunity. It ruins our blessings. It blocks our blessings when we have the wrong people by our sides. So just remember that, okay? We have the King of Swords. Yeah, I just feel like this person went cold right now. The King of Swords is mind over heart. So let's see what the advice is here. Two of Wands. So you have the Three of Wands in reverse, and now you have the Two of Wands upright. To me, that's planning, looking out into the future. The Two of Wands, because it's the two, it deals with choices and decisions, but it's also a major planning. It could also be e-commerce. Some of you guys, this is saying that there are opportunities out there that you need to look into and not neglect or ignore opportunities that are being presented for you. So this could be job, this could be love, this could be anything, but this is planning. This is planning for your future, with or without whoever this is here. Two of Wands. Give me more in the advice. Why the Two of Wands? I really see the Two of Wands as e-commerce or getting work online, or some of you could be looking to move as well. Get into those plans. I knew it. I told you. The Ten of Swords is here twice. So this is transmuting, exactly as I was saying before. Okay, the Ten of Swords. This Ten of Swords is I've been betrayed. It feels painful. Owie. It's an ending. This Ten of Swords is my ancestors are showing me that that person was not right for me. I'm going to take the wisdom. I'm going to transmute the pain into my personal power. I'm going to learn the lessons, and I will not repeat that mistake with someone else. Because when we shed in the year of the snake, if we don't learn the lessons of our part that we played in being hurt, it will show up in another person. So your ancestors are talking to you here. They're trying to tell you that not all is lost. In fact, you would have lost so much more had you stayed in it with that person. Okay, so it's time for you to move out, move on, look for new opportunities, make plans for yourself. Okay, transmute that pain into your personal power. Every sad song or beautiful painting, there's a sad story behind it. And that is my example for what transmutation is. I love it. Honestly, there's nothing more to say. I don't like focusing on the other person, but I definitely feel a moving on energy. I'm not invested in this anymore. And your guides are trying to teach you something here. Yeah, I don't like that. This is an avoidant energy. The Seven of Swords is an avoidant energy. But some of you guys, the Seven of Swords can actually be seen as, you know what, that S was whack. And I need to get out of here. Because sometimes the Seven of Swords is someone who recognizes that there was some BS happening and they need to protect themselves by getting out. Ten of Swords, I recognize that there was something there that was bad for me. And now I need to get out of here. For some of you, could been that this person was an avoidant. Also, I feel like there's something coming in. If you transmute this, you have to close the door all the way for the new opportunity to come in, or it won't go anywhere. I say that all the time, you guys, because you come on, people come on and they say, I'm ready for new, but they're still looking at their ex's text messages or their social media, or they're still ready to engage with that person. So anything new that comes in will not last. Okay, so some of you guys, it's time to heal. And there is something new on the other side, maybe a water sign. So I'm sorry that you guys went through this, but it happened for a reason. And I think, and of course, this is a general reading. A lot of you guys, there's a Mercury retrograde coming up. Some of y'all could hear from these people, and that's the divine test. The things that we want tend to come in when we don't want them anymore. And by that time, you'll have already been moved on. For example, like I used to be, let me see, an example. Oh, there were certain jobs that I wanted, right? And I never got them. And now I'm finally getting them all. And I'm just like seeing the fine line. I'm seeing the small print in these things. Like, oh, now I know I didn't get it. That wouldn't have happened. That wouldn't have happened. Or I would have been miserable. So, anyway, you guys, I hope that helped you. The divine was really protecting you guys. It always is. Love you too. Thank you. Okay, so I'll put up the timestamps later, but it's going to go. That was no contact. Now, this is for singles who have no options in love, or maybe you have a crush. And then we'll be doing committed for those of you who are actually talking to someone. And then LGBTQIA, just kind of whatever comes out with that one. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling your energy, collective, and then whoever surrounds you. And sometimes it pulls family members. So try to just kind of remember that because this is general, it's not going to fit exactly like a puzzle piece. Okay, I want to shuffle a lot before I get your energy. Some of you guys could be focusing on your legacy or your reputation, single folks. I've been getting that a lot. The Ten of Pentacles is like focusing on your legacy, focusing on your community. Oh, yep. See here, the King of Wands for your energy singles. And the King of Wands is an eligible bachelor. It doesn't matter about gender in tarot, but I really love that for you guys. So a lot of you guys could be working on your confidence. Maybe some of you are entrepreneurs, singles, or this could be someone that you have a crush on. Fire sign energy. So how are the singles feeling all right now during this eclipse? Happy eclipse in Aquarius. Tomorrow's the first day of Pisces. And I will be doing a happy birthday Pisces reading as well. So look out for that. Okay, singles. How y'all feeling during this eclipse portal? Eclipse, new moon, during the fire horse. And then we have that Mercury retrograde coming up on the 25th. And it's in Pisces, so it might be an emotional one. Oh, wow. Ooh, okay, so some of you guys, I feel like are holding on to your energy. Maybe you're holding on to your coin. Some of you guys could be really just trying to save money, trying to level up. The Four of Pentacles can be seen as a miser, but I see that as someone who really values the dollar. So definitely, I feel like you're holding on to your energy. It could be saving money. Maybe you're saving for a house or something like that. Hello. Oh, you're single? Join the club, honey. All right. Ooh. So, okay. So I didn't actually put anything to this, but we have the Temperance. I love that because the Temperance is Saggy energy. The Temperance is alchemy. A lot of people don't say that when we see the Temperance because they think, oh, it's healing. And yeah, it's healing. The Rider Waite Temperance has the angel on it, and they have like two cups before them. One is fire and one is water because they alchemize. So I feel like a lot of you guys are alchemizing. And what does that mean? Well, it's going to be different for all of you guys, but it's very similar to transmutation. So I feel like you could be in a phase where you're really, really healing, or you're really, really trying to bring the forces of nature together. I love that. Okay, so what's the blockage for the singles? I love you. I love it. I love it. Saggy energy. It's healing. It's alchemizing. Some of you could be healing money or your career. Yeah, just like I said before. So I feel like the focus is trying to save money, trying to do better in your money, trying to be more financially reliant on yourself. But also, I feel like this is healing money blocks. So that could be what you're alchemizing. If there's any kind of abandonment wounds, I feel like you could be focusing on that. You know what I'm picking up? Some of you guys, I'm hearing like healing frequencies, or you could really just be tapping into how can I prepare myself for union? I know that sounds like really whooshy wishy, whatever, but it's like when you are single, that is really the best time for you to elevate to to a frequency where you can attract a healthier relationship. Because when you're in a relationship with someone, or when you're overcoming heartbreak from someone, or when you're still looking at their social media, you're still entangled with that person. And that person's energy affects your chi, it affects your flow, it affects your money, it affects your mood, because there's a psychic link. When you're completely single, that's when you're able to really harmonize and heal, when you're not like yearning for someone, or you're not enmeshed with them. I mean, you could still be enmeshed with people. There's kind of no getting over that unless you're a shut in. But some of you guys are, I feel like you're really trying to transmute some of this, whatever wounds you have. We all have trauma, we all have wounds, we all have things we need to work on about ourselves. So singles, I feel like you guys are doing that. Some of you could be money blocks or abandonment wounds. Hello, hi. All right, so I love that. Okay, this is Sag energy, healing money blocks. So let's see who's surrounding the single folks. Now, remember, money blocks it can be ancestral trauma too, okay? Because in 2025, it was the year of the snake. It's overcoming karmic contracts, but also it's generational trauma. So some of you, if your ancestors didn't have money, or they went through a period of poverty, that was passed down to you. And that's that money mindset. Because in law of attraction, we realize that money is energy and that it comes back to us. So some of you guys could really need to focus on how to overcome poverty mindset, overcome how, the money blocks that you have, and get out of that generational sort of way of thinking that could keep you stuck here. Because some of you, that's what I'm really picking up on. This is like real world energy and trying to alchemize. So some of you could just be looking at trying to maybe make a side hustle happen, or overcome generational poverty money blocks. 7 of Cups. So you have a lot of options around you. That's what the 7 of Cups is. It's a person with her head in the clouds. This actually is the Lord of Delusion. So surrounding you, some of you guys could be saving for a house, to fix a house, or to buy a house, or for rent, because there's this lady and her head's in the clouds and there's a castle there. So some of you are, just maybe wanting to move or buy a bigger house or invest in your house. But also the 7 of Cups lets me know that whoever surrounds you, there's options around you. There's a lot of opportunity to connect with different types of people. Some of you guys, I'm hearing networking in my head, especially if you're trying to be an entrepreneur. The King of Wands is an entrepreneur. If it isn't an entrepreneur, if you're just trying to make more money, get a better job, or move, I feel like networking is still good for you. But, okay, so let's see. Because the 7 of Cups, I see that as, for some of you guys, trying to get clear in your mind space. Because you need a clear mind to focus. Because that can be like the Lord of Illusion. There could also be someone who's fantasizing about you. So who is surrounding Sagittarius? Or I just said Saggy. Who is surrounding the singles right now? Could be a Sagittarius. We do have a Temperance. Could be a Scorpio, the Tower. Some of you guys are really focusing on a house or fixing a house or saving for a house. Okay. But the Tower could be a Scorpio. Some of you guys are going to meet someone unexpectedly. I've been seeing that for a lot of the signs. And actually, that is usually the way that it works. The minute that you stop wanting a relationship, that's when law of attraction brings it to you. They're like, oh, yeah, you don't want it or you don't care about it. How about this? You want this person? So some of you could be a Scorpio who's surrounding you, or a water sign, or there's just a lot of opportunities available to you. And I feel like you could suddenly realize that you have people who want to take you out on dates or people who are interested in you. Okay, how does the person who's surrounding Saggy feel about that? I mean, singles. I keep saying Saggy. How does the person surrounding the singles feel? All right, so we have the High Priestess. It could be a Pisces. I feel like I think that you give off this vibe of secrecy, singles, um, or like for some of you, there is probably not a whole lot of communication going back and forth. But with the High Priestess, this to me is someone who, I don't know. This is someone who is very secretive, who keeps things to themselves. They're very, yeah, we have the yin and yang there. I just feel like most of you guys are not, maybe not looking for a relationship, but also keeping to yourself maybe, and just trying to really balance things here. Why the High Priestess and who this person feels about you? If there is someone who likes you, they might not be telling you. They could just be a secret admirer. We had a Two of Swords in reverse. Yeah, I know it. Because listen, if there is someone around you who you like, this person doesn't have enough information on you. The Two of Swords in reverse is somebody who doesn't have enough information, or it's information overload. So it's like, let's say you go to a bookstore or you go to a coffee shop or you go to the gym and somebody notices you and they're curious about you, but they don't know who you are or they don't know if you're unattached. They don't have enough information. They don't know if you like them like that, right? So if you see someone noticing you and you're interested, talk to them, okay? Because they're unsure. Two of Swords in reverse, they don't have enough information. There's a little bit of confusion. I feel like you're in fantasy land with someone, or there's a secret admirer, okay? So, in other words, you got to get yourself out there if you want someone. You got to start talking to people and letting them know that you're single and available, and that maybe you're interested, right? Let's see what the advice is, because there could be there could be options around you. There could be people who are interested, but you're kind of giving off this energy of secretiveness or not giving up enough information. And that makes people feel confused as to whether or not you even want anything, if that makes sense. Okay. We have this lady here has no face, and whenever I see this card, I think of that movie with um, Nicholson. What's that guy's name? Face Off. I think of the movie Face Off, where they exchange faces. I don't know why. Okay, Two of Swords in reverse. Interesting. Interesting. Why the Two of Swords in reverse for who's surrounding the singles? The Lovers in reverse. So for some of you, this is probably a past person who doesn't know how you feel about them. Tarot almost always pulls the past person. That's just how it is, especially if you're not talking to anyone. Lovers in reverse, Two of Swords in reverse. This person doesn't have enough information to know how you feel about them, to know if you're single, to know if you still like them. There could have been also a fallout for some of you guys. The Lovers in reverse is all the things that you think can go wrong. It's really just disharmony in a relationship. So some of you, if you're single but like loosely connected to someone, they have no idea how you feel about them. They're hella confused. I think they're thinking about you. They could pop up out of nowhere with the Tower. Um, okay, but for some of you, single, and this isn't pulling a past person, there could be someone who is interested in you who's like going through a divorce or has had a fallout of their own. Okay. And there's a lot of indecision around you guys. So that could mean that maybe you're overwhelmed with options. Let's see what the advice is. Let's see advice for singles. The awakening, judgment. So some of you, I'm going to say a swear right now, shit or get off the pot. So some of you need to get a divorce or finalize a relationship. And some of you, this is a wake up call. If you want a relationship, you have to fully commit to putting effort into it, or you have to make a final decision about a past relationship. Because sometimes we're single, but we're still interested in someone, or we're waiting on someone, or we want them to pop up, something like that. The judgment here, this is resurrection, the awakening. It's like you're having to make a judgment on somebody or something, a final decision. Some of you could have a phone call with a past person here, clearing things up or getting a divorce or um, deciding whether or not to be with someone. Or if you're single and there are no options, deciding, making that judgment call to put yourself out there. Because, I mean, you can't just expect a person to materialize in front of you and you not talk to them and then a relationship happens. Some amount of intention needs to happen, but it also means completely closing the door on something from the past. So let's see, why the judgment? And also, some of you guys, you lost your job. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, well, I do feel like that's something that Spirit wants you to focus on right now. Let's see what's going on with this judgment card. Some of you guys, when I see the judgment, it could be saying to be less judgmental on people who are interested in you. Page of Swords. Some of you guys, there's not enough information. There's not enough information. I keep getting that. Okay. So somebody doesn't have enough information to pursue you or enough information to invest in you. It doesn't matter who this is. Okay. If this is someone that you just met, if this is a secret admirer, if this is someone you had a fallout with, Page of Swords lets me know there's a whole lot of standing back and watching, maybe no decision being made. So I feel like, give me another card, spirits, angels, and guides. Page of Swords. Page of Swords is someone who has a sharp mind. There could be an age difference between you and someone else, but there's a lot of curiosity here, and they really don't have enough information to make the final judgment on whether or not you guys can be a thing, or whether or not you want to wrap it up completely, or if you want to move forward. And some of you, if this is a work message, you need to go back to school, or there's something that you need to study. You need more information, because I do feel like there is this sense of feeling mentally confused, this mental confusion or fog going on, but there's not enough information to move forward. And that's in whatever that it is that you're doing right now. Some of you might have to move because of money issues or because of a divorce or something like that. Okay. Spirit stations and guides. Give me another card here for the advice. All right. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm telling you, I think a lot of your focus singles is money. I see that here. And so for some of you guys are not investing in love because you're putting too much focus in money. Some of the rest of you, the focus should be money, okay? But also potentially, if there is a relationship and you're on the fence about it, you need to nurture that. You need to nurture whether or not you want it, fully wrap it up and move on, or fully invest in it. You know, shit or get off the pot. That's what I'm hearing. And I don't mean to be harsh, but 100%. And for some of you, if it's money, you need to do what you need to do, or go back to school or something, or invest in this business, right? Okay. And there's also that other storyline of being less judgmental on a potential partner here. You know, let's see how that person feels. Those of you who it's the past person or someone that you had a fallout with. Yeah, I'm telling you, we're getting a lot of twos here. There's now the Two of Pentacles in this deck is uncertainty. And because we had the Two of Swords, the Seven of Cups, there's a lot of uncertainty here. Okay, there's a lack of healing. There's a lack of certainty. Some of you guys, this is juggling. I feel like you guys might need to get a part-time job. Okay, some of you need to get a part-time job. But also there's two realities going on with the Two of Pentacles here. It's like I'm investing in an old reality while still trying to invest in a new one. And you feel completely overwhelmed right now. Like there's too much going on. And if this is the other person, there is just too much uncertainty. There's too much left to the unknown, right? So yeah, I don't know. You have to make a decision here. Some of you really just need to invest in your work, and some of the rest of you need to tie up loose ends of an old relationship. And if it's that you're really, really single and you're doing okay with your money and you're not interested in fixing things with a past person, then you need to put the work in with intention to meet someone new. And that means probably stepping outside of your comfort zone and letting people know you're single, ready to mingle, starting conversations, putting yourself online dating, going to meetups, doing what you need to do to let go of the old reality and step into the new reality. So a lot of you guys are in different situations. And so it's about prioritization of what you need to prioritize, and with the Queen of Pentacles and the outcome, that's really nurturing what's best for you. Because some of you, I feel like you're overwhelmed and like you're doing a lot. So the old paradigms are closing out. Your old life does not exist anymore. It is the new year. It's the fire horse energy. So some of you have to get organized and let certain things go. And some of you it's a divorce. And some of you it's somebody here doesn't have enough information. Some of you need to go to school. There's a lot of different things going on here. So get organized, you guys, okay? I hope that helps. I'm trying to include all the storylines within the storylines for you guys. I'm better one-on-one. I'm really better on one-on-one session. Okay, so now we're doing committed. And then we'll be doing LGBTQIA last. So this is for those of you who are committed or loosely talking to someone. And if not, if you're interested in someone in the future, then this will just be someone that you haven't met yet that you're wanting to commit to. Those of you who are looking for that. Okay. Let's see here. I had too much coffee. I had too much caffeine today. Oh my gosh. I feel it. All right. So those who are committed, we're going to look at the other person and we'll look at you. Oh, all right. Ace of Swords is already coming out for those who are loosely talking to someone or who are maybe about to meet someone. Ace of Swords. I love that. Now, the Ace of Swords is clear communication. That's a really good sign for those of you who are in a relationship or talking to someone. And this deck, there's a lot of birds on this deck. And this card is really pretty because in the background, there's a tree. And the tree branches, you could see that there is a woman here in the tree branches. And there's a house on the other side. And there's all these birds. So some of you are having talks, communications about what's next. Can you see the person here? There's a person there. There's a house here. So those of you who are talking to someone or who are committed or who are maybe trying to invest in a relationship that's committed, it's important to communicate clearly where you see things going, what you want out of the relationship. Potentially more talking than you would even feel comfortable doing, especially if it's already an established relationship. Okay, so what is the overall energy for those who are committed? I'm taking the Ace of Swords as part of the overall energy because it just flew right out. And then we have the Four of Pentacles reversed. Okay. Four of Pentacles in reverse is like a bankruptcy, or so for some of you need to have clear communication about who's paying for what, and potentially because the Four of Pentacles in reverse can be someone who overspends, or it can be somebody who's miserly. So it's really not a good energy when it comes, like if this is someone that you're talking to and it's new, you might want to find out if they have a bunch of debt, if they have bankruptcy, or if they are just a shopaholic. Okay. Or there's, because in long-term relationships, sometimes it's like, I'm paying all the bills and you're doing nothing. There's just an unequal exchange of energy. And then we have the Judgment. So the overall energy is making a judgment on how someone spends their time, energy, or attention. And some of you, those of you who are committed, could be like, I don't have enough money to get this divorce. I sometimes see the Judgment as legal matters, making a final judgment on things here. What's in the blockage for those who are committed? The awakening, the judgment is an analysis. It's a judgment call. It's awakening to the reality of a situation. What's in the blockage for those who are committed or who are wanting to create commitment? Four of Wands. Some of you, the next step could be moving in together. Four of Wands. Four of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. If this is a long-term commitment, you could be making a final judgment call about where we're headed, and that maybe the next step is to move in together so that we can manage our finances. It's like we're combining finances. Now be careful with that. Make sure you're communicating clearly. Make sure you're understanding how somebody else spends their money and that it doesn't affect you in a negative way. If this isn't someone that you haven't met yet, don't move in too quickly. Okay. Take your time. Just have some fun, because the Four of Wands is a celebration, right? So I feel like what's in the blockage is the Four of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, and that to me is an unstable living situation or unstable finances. Okay, that's instability. For some of you, that's a sense of somebody feeling unwelcomed in your home. Let's say that you had a breakup or went through a divorce, or you just did a trial separation. Somebody feels unwelcomed in your home, or there's some sense of instability in regards to a living situation. Okay. This could also just be saying you need to have a little bit more fun, go on more dates, something like that. Let's see the person who surrounds you. So at the end of the day, we need to have a coffee talk about things that are going on, about our living situation, about our money, about where we're taking things to the next level, about if we're getting a divorce or not, if we're going to get married. Okay. I'm trying to throw out there all scenarios for all y'all committed, loosely committed, or who are about to separate. Okay. So those of you who are committed, loosely committed, or wanting to commit, let's see the person who surrounds you. Person. Ooh. All right. Wheel of Fortune. So there's a sense of wanting things to change with the Wheel of Fortune. This is a long overdue change. This is divine timing. This is years in the making. All right. There's a change of ruin. It's usually a change for the better as well. And I feel like if you really take it upon yourself to communicate clearly, then you can push things in a positive direction with the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So they're feeling the Wheel of Fortune. Give me another card on their feelings. That's not really very emotional. Maybe they just think that things need to change between you. Then we have the Tower. The Tower keeps coming out. So this is an unexpected change here. So for some of you, there was an unexpected change, or there was an unexpected change in the living situation, something like that. Anything else in this person's feelings in regards to love? No, they're nervous. Some of you, this person thinks that it's over. Now, this person could be religious, because this person if it's not about religion, don't worry about it, but there's crosses on here. And I almost see that as religious persecution, but it's also hella anxiety. So I think this person has some kind of this is also a spiritual awakening. I see the Nine of Swords as a spiritual awakening, because it's somebody who sits up late at night and has a lot of thoughts, anxiety in their head, and realizing that something needs to change in regards to this situation between the two of you. Okay, so, all right. This person could be nervous that it's over, or that they need to move, or I don't know. Why the Nine of Swords? What are they nervous about? They really feel plagued by this. The Two of Cups. Oh, okay. They're nervous about connecting with you. For some of you, they're nervous about connecting with you. I don't know why. Spirit angels and guides, this isn't making sense. For some of you, they're nervous about connecting with someone else. I don't really know. Three of Pentacles. Okay. Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. What's in the blockage? So I think this person, there could be another person. I'm not going to lie. We have the Two of Cups, Three of Pentacles. For some of you, if you're not on good terms with them and they moved out, there could be someone else they're nervous to tell you about. If that's not what it is, I just feel like they might not be ready to work on this. Okay. Oh, what's in the blockage here? For this person's feelings. Page of Swords. So I think that they have a general curiosity in regards to you, but there's no communication, or there's not very good communication. I mean, we started out on a good note, and that's the Ace of Swords, but the Page of Swords in reverse, ow, I keep hitting my arm on this. The Page of Swords in reverse is a gossip. There's someone who sits back and watches, and they don't necessarily talk, or they don't know how to talk. They could be emotionally immature. They might not know how to work on this. This person, I think, is afraid. They don't know how to connect with you. If you know that this person isn't involved with someone else, I just think that they don't know how to talk to you. They don't know how to connect with you. They could be very immature in their communication and not knowing how to approach this. Another card on there on the blockage in this person's feelings. It's not very lovey-dovey. Oh yeah, I told you, this person is super nervous that this is over. Some of you, they have someone else and they're afraid to tell you about it. I just think this person doesn't know how to talk to you because they think it's over. 9 of Swords to the 10 of Swords. Or if it's not that they think it's over, it's just that they're having a lot of mental anguish. Because the 10 of Swords is like, it's a realization that something needs to change drastically, that they can't go on like this anymore, that they feel personally victimized or betrayed. 10 of Swords in reverse. And for some of you guys, this person is trying to put their feelings behind them because they know that maybe they need to work, or they need to get another job, or they need to support you in some kind of way. For some of you, if this is a divorce, they could be nervous about getting divorced because they don't want to pay you alimony. Okay, because I think that, and there could be someone else as well. Okay, this is really all over the place. I'm not gonna lie. This person is suffering in silence because I don't think they know how to tell you what they're going through. Ugh, what happened between these two? The Queen of Pentacles, I'm telling you, there was probably an argument about money or resources or shared resources, okay, or potentially another woman or another man. But I typically I'm seeing that probably they maybe weren't contributing enough. Somebody here wasn't contributing enough. And now they're like, well, I'm stuck in this because of financial obligation. And if I leave it, I don't know how I'm going to pay you. For some of you, not for all of you, okay? Give me another card on what went down between these two. 8 of Wands. So it keeps talking about communication. 8 of Wands. So for some of you, they could have been talking to another person, or for some of you, I don't know, the 8 of Wands is Cupid's arrow. It's fast communication. So I'm picking up on somebody wasn't contributing. They could have had someone else involved. I don't know. Let's see what the advice is, honestly. Or they just don't know how to communicate with you. It could be all of those things or both of those things. What's the advice here? All right. What's the advice? Queen of Wands and the 10 of Swords. For some of you, there is another woman, okay? Queen of Pentacles or another man, another person, okay? Because I don't know, it's not necessarily about gender, but we got the Queen of Pentacles and we got the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands can sometimes be seen as a mistress or another person, right? So some of you, the advice is to work on your confidence, okay? 10 of Swords. And I don't know if this relationship, even though you're committed, feeling like maybe it needs to be over, or needs to be a major change, because the 10 of Swords doesn't have to be that it's over. It's up to you, right? I typically see that as an ending, but it's also an end of a way of thinking about things. So for some of you, need to change the way that you do things with this person. And for some of you, it's that they need to contribute more, or that, if there was infidelity, you have to decide if you're okay with that. And obviously for some of you, you just need to get a divorce or separate. So it's different for all of you. You guys know your situation, but in the advice here is to allow your ancestors to guide you through this difficult period of time, transmute the pain into personal power. And the Queen of Wands here is you need to work on your confidence, okay? The Queen of Wands is confident, is very confident, and she's actually sort of intimidating and like the type of person who will key your car. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just saying, transmute the pain into personal power and to stand in your power here and work on your confidence. And what would your ancestors tell you to do? What would God tell you to do in this situation? And you need to follow that. I'm sorry if some of you guys, if there's another person. I am seeing that for some of you. Yeah, I do feel like I feel like somebody here wants to apologize to you, but I feel like it's kind of too little too late, or I don't know. Some of you guys, there is heaviness in regards to apologizing. I don't think this person knows how to talk. I think they're emotionally immature. Because it was highlighting communication. So I think that for some of you, you might have to be the one to kind of swallow your pride and communicate. But there's something here in regard to having a hard conversation. So you need to have the hard conversation and do it from a place of personal power and confidence, okay? Because I don't know, you guys are all having different relationships. So, okay, let's get out of here. Last but not least, LGBTQIA. That was all over the place, but honestly, these are general readings, so it's hard for me to narrow down what you guys are going through. And some of y'all just need to have a hard conversation in regards to someone who maybe is not so great at talking and isn't contributing enough. I don't like talking about infidelity, but it happens. So, all right. How y'all doing out there? It looks like there's only one person in the chat. All right. I'll put the timestamps up later for you guys. Okay, let's see. LGBTQIA. Your feelings, their feelings. So I'm going to assume that you're talking to this person, but more than likely it's going to pull the past person. Is probably going to pull someone who you are not talking with anymore. More than likely. I mean, if you're not talking to anyone, that's who it's going to pull. So let's see. Wow, these cards really got commingled in the shuffles. All right, LGBTQIA, they, them, all that. Your feelings and their feelings. Okay, so overall energy for the LGBTQIA, what's the overall energy? Okay, we have one card coming out. Four of Wands. Actually, I just want to shuffle some more before I get anything, because some of you guys could be having a conversation about living together or taking the next step. Ooh, overall energy for LGBTQIA, Queen of Cups. There's a lot of love between you and someone here. Could be a water sign. This lets me know that a lot of you guys out here are psychic. Okay, the Queen of Cups is psychic. There could have been some tears shedding. I feel like some of you guys are trying to take things slow with this new person or with this person that you're involved with. Give me another card on the overall energy. The Chariot. Oh, wow. So it is a fire horse energy today, the eclipse of fire horse. There's some kind of momentum. I think a lot of you guys, I don't know, are the Chariot. I feel like you're trying to move things along in this relationship, make a decision about it. Because the Chariot there is someone who puts behind their feelings to have momentum. So a lot of you guys are wanting to come see this person, maybe even live at a distance, or you're just wanting to move things along. Maybe whoever you're talking to, you're just in a talking stage and you want to define the relationship. What's the blockage here in the overall energy? What's the blockage here in the overall energy? I think some of you guys are wanting to define a relationship or go and see them. Seven of Wands in reverse. So I don't like that, okay? This can be seen as one of two things. for in the blockage here is that you're somebody doesn't want to put in the effort or in give me another card on that because the Seven of Wands is somebody who is very defensive and they don't know how to put down their guard. Okay. For some of you, somebody here doesn't know how to put down their guard. They don't know how to let you in, or they're just not fighting for it. Maybe they don't stand up for themselves enough, or you don't. Some of you guys are feeling like somebody is walking all over you and you don't know how to defend yourself. Okay. That's what I'm getting. Why the Seven of Wands in reverse in the blockage? I see that in reverse is in the upright, actually. So some of you guys need to have a little bit more boundaries with someone. Yeah, Four of Cups. I feel like some of you guys there is a sense of not getting what you want in a relationship, okay, because you're, putting the other person's needs before your own. How is the collective feeling about this person? How is the collective feeling about this person? You have the King of Pentacles. I think you feel stuck in this relationship. I feel like you're limited because of money or finances. Some of you guys are like, I want to go see them. I want to take them out, but money's coming in really slow. I don't get paid until Wednesday. And some of you are afraid that this person is going to give up because you don't have enough. Some of you guys are insecure about money. You're beating yourself up about how much money you make or when you get paid or whether or not you can go out with them, and you're feeling disappointed. Okay, so how does this other person feel about you? You feel limited due to finances. And if it's long distance, especially, I feel like some of you guys think that this person is going to put in the work and that you have to do it all, but you don't have the funds to do it. And this other person, Three of Swords, this person needs more information, okay? The Three of Swords is, in this deck, there's two Three of Swords. This Three of Swords is not necessarily rejection or emotional pain. I feel like this person has their head in the book. For some of you, they're reading or they're studying, or there's this sense of this person maybe feels like they need to know more about you. Why the Three of Swords? For some of you, I'm hearing open book. This person, I don't know. I'm hearing that this person is like an open book. Five of Cups. Okay, yeah, no, there it is. Okay, so some of you, this person is feeling disappointed. I don't know. Five of Cups. Okay. Ace of Cups. I think this person is focusing on themselves. They could be a drinker. Why the Five of Cups in their feelings? Justice. They feel a sense of unfairness. I think for some of you, they want you to open up more. There's something about vulnerability, or I think this person is saying, I'm like an open book, but I feel like you're not telling me what I want to hear. You're not opening up to me. And for some of you, they could have gone through a divorce, or they're disappointed about the exchange of emotional intimacy. And for some of you, you're like, well, look, I can't spend 3 hours on the phone. I got to work. Okay. Something like that. What's the blockage in this person's feelings for you? They're feeling something is unfair. Knight of Wands. For some of you, this person thinks that there's some kind of in and out behavior that this person is not happy with. Okay, Knight of Wands in reverse, I can see that typically as a player. Some of you, they could think that you're a player, or that you're in and out too much, or that you don't care enough. That's what this person, they could be thinking about going in a new direction because you're not giving them what they want. That's just what I'm picking up on what this person is feeling. Let's see if they're going to take any action. I think this person is not emotionally invested in this as they once were. And the Star, this person is focusing on what's right for them. Yeah, I think some of you guys are feeling that this person, it could potentially break up with you, or they're not invested as much as they were, potentially because of in and out behavior. Maybe you're on again, off again, or they just think that you're not giving them enough emotional intimacy. So it's not necessarily breakup vibes. It's that they're not emotionally investing in it as much as they once used to, because they're putting their own needs first. For some of you, this person is pursuing a dream. They could be in school or writing a book, or there's some kind of personal dream, personal victory that this person is working on. and they're very disappointed in the things between the two of you. Some of you, they're focusing on something that happened in the past. So for some of you, they could have had a messy breakup and it's kind of bleeding over into this relationship. Um, and they could also feel like you're a player or you're like you're in and out. Okay, I don't I see them withdrawing a little bit of their emotions. Person could be a water sign. I'm getting a lot of water. I'm getting a lot of pentacles for you, and this person is very emotional. And I think that they're trying to align with their destiny. They're trying to align with what their soul wants for them. Because yeah, this is hope and this is healing, but I think it's reaching for a goal. This person is reaching for a goal. Okay, so what's the outcome between these two? This person is getting over the pain. Some of you, I don't know if you already broke up, but there is some sort of sense of, for some of you, whatever happened in the past hurt them so much and they're having difficulty getting over it. And that's why they're investing more in themselves. Give me another card in the outcome. I don't know if you're in no contact or not. You guys are, I feel like there is going to be a pause on this relationship, LGBTQIA, okay? Because of something that happened in the past that hurt them too deeply. And they could be focusing on new opportunities or what's best for themselves right now. So there's some kind of stagnancy around this. All right, what's the advice? Strength reverse. Oh, don't wear yourself out worrying about this because the strength in reverse is somebody who feels overly vulnerable. Give me another card. Yeah, on the advice. Yeah. Okay. Some of you guys are going to burn yourself out trying to make things work with this person. So have resiliency and focus on healing and alchemizing what you can. Okay. Because the two or the temperance here recognizes contradictions. And so you can't necessarily make more money for yourself or pursue whatever you need to pursue while you're giving someone everything that they want. So for some of you right now, you need to hold strong, and some of you need to hold back from this person and really just heal. That's what I'm getting. Okay, guys, I'm gonna get on out of here. I'm gonna put up the timestamps. I'm gonna be doing Pisces' birthday in a few days here. If you're interested in a private reading, you can email me. If you want to donate, I have all those links on my YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, comment, share, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.